whenever you want to find information, you go to YouTube or Google. You also haven't read a nonfiction book in the last year. You couldn't even sit down right now and read a book for more than 10 minutes without getting distracted. When I was young, I loved reading books. I wouldn't read nonfiction books because I was young and no one reads nonfiction books when they're in second grade. But I would read books. Then, I get into middle school and high school, I stopped reading books basically altogether. And I didn't realize how much of a treasure trove books really are. Our lives are, right now, filled with all these habits that are called instant gratification habits. Things like going on social media, watching porn, playing video games, anything where you get the reward immediately after doing something. Or while you're doing something. So, eating fast food, you're getting the reward of the calories while you're eating it, and like the really good taste and everything. Same thing with like porn, you're getting the dopamine while you're watching it. With reading, it's a lot better. It's not an instant gratification habit, because with reading, you don't get huge hits of dopamine when you read. It's smaller building up to the dopamine, and you get most of the fulfillment of reading after you've finished it, and and your brain's like, good job, you just read a book. Reading also teaches such good information that you can't learn very easily from a YouTube video. Most YouTube videos are just stupid information that no one really needs, or they're just, an instant like, here's the information, okay, bye. Doesn't explain it, it just tells you what you want to hear. You are also taught reading incorrectly. In school, even for nonfiction books, they tell you to read it chronologically through the book. But that's not how you're supposed to read. What you're supposed to read is you open the book, you look in the table of contents, and you look at what is most pertinent to your situation. What intrigues you the most, and what do you think will help the most? Then you go and read that section and do what the section tells you. Of course, reading fiction books, you would have to read it chronologically. Now, you're also probably very slow at reading. And there are a few things that will increase your reading speed. When you're reading, what you should be trying to do is you look at the third word in from the beginning of the sentence. Sorry over here. The third word in from the beginning of the sentence, and then look at the third word from the end of the sentence. And that's where you start and end. And you use your peripheral vision to see the rest of the sentence. You should be building up until you can just look at this word and then that word, and you've read the whole sentence, the whole line. That is what you're supposed to do if you want to read quicker. What you do is you do that, and for like 2 minutes before you actually read, you just read as fast as possible like that, not worrying about comprehension or anything like that. You just read as fast as possible, go as fast as you can. And then when you go back to read for reality, your brain is already used to a much faster speed, so it can go through the words quicker. Now, there are a bunch of great books that you can read. I will put a Google Drive in the description with a bunch of self-improvement books. The one I would recommend starting with is The Magic of Thinking Big by David J. Schwartz. Just read like 10 minutes a day and build up to reading more. Subscribe right now to become the ideal man. Share this with a friend who's really, really bad at reading or hasn't read a book in his life, basically. And like the video if you're going to start reading. Another thing you should be reading is the Bible. I'm a Christian, so I read the Bible. You should read one proverb a day, lining up with the day of the month. So there's about 31 proverbs, 31 chapters of Proverbs. And if you read like the first proverb on the first day of the month, you'll get through the whole book, and there's new things that you will find out every time you read it. It's a great book. You should read that. And then also find some plan on a Bible app and run along with the plan. Reading the whole Bible is a great undertaking. That's all I have for you right now. Go read some books, and I'll see you later.